yesterday I was able to listen in on one panel, and it was interesting to hear this this theme about how our stories are portrayed when they're dealing with crime and people going after the American dream and bending the rules. And then when you think about stories like Goodfellas or Scarface or whatever else, and how they're portrayed, how do you feel about the way that our stories, whether we're doing illegal or not, are portrayed in the media when you compare them to similar stories of people from another race?
I think it's the same. I don't think there's anything different. I think that the beauty in the American dream is that any individual from anywhere, any place, can can succeed and manifest their dreams. I don't really see the difference. I'll be ashamed if there is like a stigma towards this. Essentially, this is all about a family, and how these boys want to make a change, make a difference in their lives within their given circumstances.
And how about you, Adrian?
Well, I think right now there's just like a sense of conscious awareness in our generation right now, just in the culture. And people they're kind of tired of certain stories. So, I think this story is just so dope because it's real, it's authentic, it's truthful to, real life situations. And not only that, but being with stars, they have majority of Black writers and women, and they have more diversity that's going on in their system. So I'm just more so excited just to see like stories being told in a different way, because you're a man or woman, just based off your background, one story can be told 20 ways. And so I think it's just so dope to have diversity and just to have a different sense of openness when we're creating our stories and telling them, because it also just gives the audience a chance to take things in a way that probably has never been taken in before.
Yeah, I believe that the main difference between those American dreams is what is the motive? What's the real motive behind why they aspire these dreams? The environments that they're placed in, the schooling you give. I can go in, etc. So there's a reason why they have the so-called American dream. That's why it's different. This because what they're given. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope people will just be moved by the story to create, a sense of like empathy and just an understanding, of where we come from and how we overcome it. And that is our American dream, not how we're doing it. It's saying how we overcome it. So for sure that.
There's been a lot of kingpins over time. I mean, there's kingpins now that whose names kind of ring big in the streets. But were either of you familiar with Big Meech before? I mean, even before people started rapping about him and everything else. I grew up in Atlanta, so I've seen part of the BMF movement come through the strip clubs and come through the streets of Atlanta. So I was familiar with them way before the story. But like before you guys took on these characters, were y'all familiar with the story at all?
I mean, I was familiar with the story, but I think having got to shoot in Atlanta, I think I understood the cultural impact um, Big Meech and Southwest T had, um, especially in Atlanta. Um, I definitely, I mean, you had celebrities, you had local people in local communities that just highly respected them, and that were grateful for their presence actually. And yeah, I think that's something that we made an attempt and tried to portray, and also it's also a little bit of paying a bit of homage.
I know when we talk about these people, whether it's Real Rick Ross or Meech or Southwest T or anybody like that, they've also started like these other businesses that you never hear about, or they funded businesses that they hear about, whether it was to wash money or for legitimate dreams. Do you guys think that once we get into towards season 2 and keep expanding on the story, that the story will start showing like some of the stuff that they invested in and did? I mean, of course, Jeezy's probably like the most iconic of Meech's investments that ended up shining on the big stage. Do you think we'll see some of that when we start going into season 2?
I mean, I think so. I mean, why wouldn't they? I mean, there's so much that we have not yet, you know what I'm saying, to be told yet. So I wouldn't think not of it. I think we would.
Yeah, I think that would be dope. And it's like just showing all sides of it. It's like showing the point of the hustle, showing the point of the grind. It's like the grind isn't just to be out here doing whatever, it's to make a difference and impact for your family, your culture, the people you're around. So, they definitely had a big impact just all around. And I think it would be dope to show those sides too of what they were working so hard for.
Mhm.
What if Kato's right? And the streets ain't fucking with our 50 bags no more. Shit. Hey, B, what's the biggest flop house in Equals? Shit, Pumpkin. She like the A.F. Hutton of crack. Whenever she talked, them bass heads listen.
And Miles, like, how did you feel like rocking the high top fade and just getting into that look of?
Oh, it's crazy. I rocked the high top fade. I was 12 years old and it was 6 inches tall. So that was my first high top. So I was comfortable in it. When they put that toupee on, I was ready. I was B-Mickie.
I know every time he came on set, I'm like, let me get you right. Let me get you right.
I love the story. I mean, it's good to see you, Kofi, without the do-rag. I love the story. I've been able to see 7 episodes so far, but I can't wait to see the rest of the season finale and can't wait to see how the story expands in the next season. Thank you guys for putting on a good show and taking time to talk to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. God bless, bro. Thank you.